Hey guys, Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Ringside Heritage Double End Bag. This retails for $99 on Ringside's website. It's made of full genuine leather construction and is manufactured in Pakistan. Dimensions wise, the bag is about 8 inches in diameter, around the belly of the bag, and 9 inches in height from the top to the bottom of the bag. So it's a little bit larger than the traditional double end bags I've reviewed in the past. You also have a 3.5 inch leather strap that's riveted in using metal rivets on both the top and the bottom of the bag, with a metal ring on both the top and the bottom so you can anchor it to your ceiling and to your floor. Now this is going to be second Ringside Heritage product I've done a review on. I did a review on their speed bag, which I was really impressed with. Very nice quality, and that kind of goes the same. That's kind of the same theme with this double end bag. The Heritage line to me is kind of like Ringside's answer to the throwback vintage look line. I did a review on a pair of modest vintage player boxing gloves. You guys may have seen it already, and it kind of goes with that same theme. They use a lot of these neutral colors, the browns, the tans, and again, it's kind of a throwback to the old days of boxing. In regards to the Heritage line, I also feel that the quality on the Heritage products, even though I haven't tried their gloves, so far from what I've seen, is better than the rest of the Ringside products, especially when it comes to the grade of the leather. Ringside describes this leather as 1.3 millimeter AA drum dyed leather, and you can certainly tell just by looking at it, feeling it. It's much thicker than the leather they use in some of their other standard gloves, and the grain, it just has a much more supple, much more kind of expensive feel to it, which I can really appreciate. The other thing you'll notice with this bag, aside from the grade of the leather just being nicer, is that they have little details that I really like that they do with this that they don't have in some of their other products. And you'll notice that with the embossment, with the raised leather, with the raised R from Ringside, and you can see everything is stitched in, and that raised leather is nice and soft. And you also notice that right here it says individually handcrafted, HDEB, which I think is kind of the model designation. It says large premium leather, and then on this side it actually has the Heritage seal, or shield should I say. Kind of reminds me of the NFL logo, but everything is embroidered and stitched into the leather. So everything being stitched in kind of gives a much more I wouldn't say expensive feel, just a higher end feel. Even their slogan, the best in boxing, all of that is embroidered and stitched into the leather. So there's no plastic patches, there's no screen printing that's printed on there. You only have this Ringside patch on this side, established 1977, but that's more of kind of like a rubberized patch, so you don't have any sharp edges. You'll notice that it also has the laces on the side of the bag. I'm not really a big fan of that. I wish this was higher up, because it's right where you punch, so I wasn't a big fan of that. But you do have the laces on the side right there, with the leather laces too. So they don't use cotton laces or any other type of material, or they use this nice leather laces, again, to kind of stay with the theme of keeping into that old school. You also notice that it does have the inflation port for the latex bladder on the inside. On the side here, again, I'm not a big fan of the location of it, but it is what it is. If I were to put this bag up like this and you didn't know it was a double end bag, it almost looks like a football kind of when you look at it, just based on the stitching and just kind of the color of the bag. You can see that the top anchor point and the bottom anchor point is double stitched, and you also have the rivets that anchor that in. You can see the stitching quality on it, it's pretty good overall. And even on the bottom, you can see it's reinforced nicely. Even the leather straps on here feel really nice and robust. So that's probably the best way to describe this double end bag. Is it just feels hefty, and it feels very well built, and I think it's definitely one of the better double end bags quality wise that I've used so far. So let me go ahead and get everything connected, show you guys how this thing performs. I have the bungee cord. Another thing I'd like to mention, which I almost forgot, is that they also supply you with 2 rubber bungee cords that comes with it. So if you don't have bungee cords, they actually do give you a pair of bungee cords you can use in your home or your gym. For those of you guys who are going to ask, this is the Pro Grip XRT hooks. You can get these at Home Depot or just Google them. I've had them in several of my videos. I know a lot of you guys will ask about this, but it's nice because it just ratchets in, and you can adjust the double end bag to the height that you want. So I have it right there. I'm not even gonna put my gloves on. I'll just start hitting it just to kind of show you guys the rebound and how this thing works. Now, before I start hitting it, one thing I like to mention is I'll stand right next to it. I'm 5'8", medium-sized person, about 150 pounds. And you can see the bag is a little on the larger side compared to the regular Ringside double end bag, that red, white, and black one I did a review a while back. It's a little bit larger. So with that being said, I feel like this is a really nice bag, obviously for boxing, but if you are doing any kind of kickboxing or you employ any kind of kicks in your training, whether it's karate, kung fu, whatever it may be, this is a little bit larger target, so it might be a lot better for those of you that are employing kicks as well. It has a nice soft touch feel when you start punching it. Has excellent quick rebound. Very similar to the regular standard bag. The one thing I don't like, and I just mentioned it, is the fact that the laces face directly out at you, right at the punching surface. So sometimes you end up, if you're using it bare hand like I am now, you'll feel the laces. And the laces kind of have a tendency to want to come undone. So that's probably my only qualm, is maybe they should have adjusted it to where the laces are kind of like on this lower portion. So it's not really in direct, a direct impact point where you punch it. So I'd say that's my biggest issue with this bag. But it rebounds nicely. The latex bladder is held up well. It's about 110, 150 degrees here in the Phoenix metro area. So heat is our biggest enemy, especially in the summertime. And I haven't had any issues with this bladder. You will eventually get it to slowly leak out like any double end bag or speed bag. Over time, the bladder will naturally leak air just slowly. And that's just part of it. That's a natural occurrence, so I wouldn't be surprised by that. But in terms of the bladder holding up, it's holding up well. They also have replacement bladders on the Ringside website if you need to replace it. Just make sure you get the correct bladder, the bladder size for this bag. Everything's in the description. I'll put it in the description box for you guys. You can work relatively anything. It's a round standard shape, so obviously all your straight punches, hooks, uppercuts work well. You notice that you have a good amount of surface area underneath the bag until you hit this leather strap that you can really land some uppercuts. So it's nice that you have that angle where you can kind of lift up and go with your uppercuts if you wanted to. You can hit it with your hooks, your straight punches, hooks, jabs, 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 straights, hooks. So overall, I think this is an excellent bag for what it is. At the price point of $99, I definitely think quality-wise you're getting a good deal. Considering if I were to compare it to some other double end bags, you're getting like a little bit more detail and features that take more workmanship with the embroidery, the thickness of the leather, the straps. It just feels, again, like a bag that's going to last a very long time in terms of durability. I do like the fact that you have the metal rings at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about any type of plastic or cheap materials are being used. Everything on here is basically leather or metal, outside of the stitching. So overall, definitely satisfied with this. It's a little bit larger. This would be good for a gym that maybe you want a little bit of larger double end bag for some beginners. So maybe you have like 3 double end bags, you have a more compact, smaller one like a race bag, a medium size, and you want a larger one just for someone that's starting off. I think this would be a good choice for both beginners and advanced users. So overall, very happy with this bag. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Ringside Heritage double end bag. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.